Hey there guys, Itodegas here, aka JediBro95. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In this video is going to be a bit of a rant and a bit of a calling out to the community because I'm not going to mention specific names, but I'm calling the community out here for some BS because had this on my chest pretty much all weekend, okay? Ever since 2K revealed the park trailer on Friday, I have had this on my mind ever since then because the hypocrisy in this community is just so apparent and so goddamn stupid that it makes me sometimes just say enough is enough. I'm gonna call out the community, and I'm gonna just make it so that way people understand how terrible and how flip floppy the community is as a whole. So let's start off with the fact that the park trailer was released. Now, the park trailer was released on Friday. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't care for it. It looked nice. I'm glad that it's a brand new neighborhood. But you guys know I've been saying this for the last couple of days, or last couple of weeks, or ever since I started making 2K21 videos, that I personally had no expectations for 2K21 on current gen. If it was literally a copy and paste of 2K21, 2K20, and it had literally the exact same neighborhood, gameplay, badges, and it just basically retitled it 2K21 with an updated roster, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care because I knew in the back of my mind that 2K was focusing on 2K21 on the PS5 and the Xbox One Series X. That's what I knew they were focusing on. So I knew they didn't care about this game. So Monday comes along, all right, and people start opening up the 2K21 demo for the first time, and lo and behold, people start to realize that everything I basically said came to fruition. I basically said 2K does not care about this console generation of games, and I even put out a tweet back in fucking July, and I said, if you're one of those people that are expecting a lot from 2K21 on the PS4, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you expect that, you are going to be disappointed when the game comes out. Because I knew 2K did not care about this game on the PS4 and Xbox One. And lo and behold, I was proven right. But yet here comes everybody in the community whining and complaining and bitching and moaning. Oh my god, this is the same game as 2K21, 2K20. It's basically just 2K20 with no quick draw. Does 2K even care anymore? Blah blah blah, like just whining and bitching about everything, bro, when it came to this demo. That it was the exact same game, it was a copy and paste. Some people were even sitting there saying that 2K shouldn't have even made a demo and shit like that because it was just so fucking, like, it was just so bare bones and the same that it was ridiculous. Now, do I fully agree that 2K should have just not tried at all? No, they obviously should have done something different. Grant, like, whether it was introducing like new badges or giving us a new park, which they did, or giving us like, new pie charts, which they did. Because I made a whole video talking about things I liked in the demo, and I pointed out the fact that I liked the fact that they brought in new pie charts. We were asking for new pie charts, and we got them. Now they're a little bit weird and a little bit wonky, but hey, new customizable options are new customizable options. Take that with what you will. Take the small victories, gentlemen. I know we can't have all the big ones, but we got to take the small victories that are given to us. But no, even with all those new things that were in the game, when it comes to the pie charts and shit, everyone still bitched and moaned that it was the same game and that 2K just doesn't even care anymore. But yet, here they come back again on Friday when 2K reveals the new Park trailer and the Park slash My Career, because they mixed them both in. Once 2K reveals that, then everybody was like, oh my god, this game is going to be so good. I'm so excited for 2K21 now, man. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. This is not the same game anymore. Mind you, these were the same people that were bitching and complaining that 2K about the 2K21 demo and 2K20 as a game being the exact same as 2K20. Do you see the contradictory BS? Like, These people shat on 2K for not giving a shit about the console generation, which I called, but yet they turn around and still got upset about it. But yet when 2K did something completely different, all of a sudden everyone loves 2K again, and they cannot wait to get 2K21. They can't wait for the new game to come out. And I've also seen people starting to sit there and actually start to say now, oh, guys, you got to calm down. You're all just complaining to complain. 2K doesn't care about the PS4 and the Xbox Ones. You guys were the ones that were complaining. You guys were the ones that were sitting there bitching and moaning about the game being the same. But yet, here you are now complaining at others for complaining about the game that you were also complaining about. What sense does that make? That makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense why the people in this community are just so fucking backwards and just like flip-floppy. And this is not even just with 2K21. We can go back throughout 2K history, and I see a lot of people talking, saying one thing, getting hyped for another thing, and then turning out to be completely disappointed. And they were the same people that bitched about it. Now, I'm not going to talk about things that seemed good in theory but didn't work out in practice, because those types of things are different. Okay? But the one that I really get upset about is this 2K cycle that we go through. I have it boiled down to a cycle. September till like about November, December. Oh, this game was better than last year's. It's going to be so much fun. The new year comes around. Yo, this game is trash. It's the worst 2K ever. Fucking March comes around and shit like that. Oh, let's go play the previous game because that was much better than this one. And then like fucking July to like August is new season, everyone getting excited about the game again, and then we start this whole cycle all the fuck over, man. Like, ugh. Because we can look throughout the last 5 years of 2K history. 2K16, I know a lot of people claim it's the greatest 2K ever. Now, I'm not here to dispute that. But at the time, everybody was sitting there bitching that 2K16 was the worst 2K ever. Like, seriously, people were complaining that precious 2K16 was the worst 2K ever. And I'm not going to lie, I hold my hand up. I was one of those people. I was one of those people that bitched and complained that 2K16 was terrible. I will hold my hand up, and I will firmly admit I was one of those people. And I was also one of those people that ended up coming around and saying 2K16 wasn't that bad. But you know why? That was because we got the game that we got the next year. When everybody sits there and complains about 2K17, and then all of a sudden now, here we are in 2020, and everybody sits there and says, yo, man, 2K17 was the last great 2K. The game was so much fun, man. The park was so amazing and shit. But yet, this was a game that had the same parks recycled. Doesn't that sound familiar? This was the game that started leaning towards microtransactions and pay-to-win mechanics. Doesn't that sound familiar? This was the game that also prioritized my team over my career. Doesn't that sound familiar? And this is when you can make a legitimate argument that 2K just stopped caring because there was no competition. Doesn't that sound familiar? Like, seriously. But yet, for some reason, I hear people saying that 2K17 was the last great 2K when everybody was bitching about it when it was the most recent 2K. And I'll make a whole video. I'm really debating on making a whole brand new video on why 2K17, in my personal opinion, is the most overrated 2K in 2K history. But that's neither here nor there. Moving on, 2K18. Even though people, yes, do say that it is the worst 2K ever, and I stand by it, I will wholeheartedly agree. 18 was the worst 2K ever, and you're not going to get a debate from me. However, the one thing I don't understand is now, again, in the year 2020, when everybody firmly acknowledges that 18 was the worst 2K ever, here we are now, and people are actually trying to make a legitimate argument that 2K20 is worse than 2K18. Like, do I need to remind you guys of the dumb shit in 2K18? Like, did y'all forget about the blow-bys, the snatchbacks, the doll-ass looking park, Road to 99, the bare bones dual archetypes that, yes, even though we're great, the dual archetypes were still pretty limiting? How about the fact that you couldn't depict your own badges and you were just assigned the badges that you got? You had no control over what you got. Or how about those 3 gold badges that everybody got in 2K18 that really fucked up badge counting? I know you didn't forget about that, did you? Of course you did. Of course you fuckers did. Because it doesn't matter. The most recent 2K is always the worst. Okay? Like, it just doesn't make sense. If everybody sits there and says, this is the worst 2K ever, what is the worst 2K ever? Like, I don't get it. What is, like... Like, people were literally saying the same thing in 2K19, trying to sit here and say that 2K19 was the worst 2K ever. Like, fam, no. You can't sit there every single year and say this is the worst 2K ever. You can't do that. It's not helpful, constructive criticism to these developers that are trying to make you happy with their game that they are creating. And I know some people are going to get in the comment section and call me a 2K fanboy or a 2K stan and shit like that. But everything I've just said is literally the last 5 years of the 2K community wrapped up in a nutshell. And I stand by everything I said. I don't care if you call me a 2K fanboy or a 2K stan. I stand by what I say. Because at the end of the day, I've been in this community for years. I have seen the shit people complain about. And I have seen these fucking dumb-ass arguments that people constantly get over with in this game. Like, one other thing about 2K17 that really, really drove me crazy and really made me hate that game and started hating the community was everybody, every single day it felt like, bitched and complained about shooting in 2K17. One day I would hear that shooting is too OP, 2K needs to nerf it. So then 2K would nerf it with a fucking hot fix. Then literally the next day, oh 2K, why did you nerf it? There was no need to. Help me. Like, just fucking, oh my lord. Okay. Like, I don't get it. I truly don't understand what people, like, those people that were complaining about the shooting needing a buff at any time, whether it is 17, 18, 19, 20, or God forbid they do it this year, in my opinion, you're not good at the game. You don't know how to properly time shots. And if you don't know how to properly time shit, don't play this game. It's just that simple. You know, 2K gave you a fucking meter for a reason, guys. 2K gave you a shot meter for a reason. Like, if you can't get your timing down, especially when you have a high-ass jump shot rating, then just don't play the game. Or do something in the game that doesn't require you to time a shot. Whether it is being an inside big or just a pure lock that just gets fast break dunks all day. Just do one of those. It's crazy how people like always assume they're good, despite the fact all of the evidence to the contrary that they're not good. Okay, like I've also seen people bitch and complain that if I know my timing, I should make it every single time. There's a couple things wrong with that. One, not every shooter makes every single shot. The idea that you should be able to shoot perfect every single time you're wide open if you know your shot timing is completely bogus. Because even great shooters like Stephen Curry miss wide open jump shots. And if you want realism in a game, you cannot have a fucking system to where everybody is making every single open shot they take. That is unrealistic. And secondly, my response to you is, Okay, then if I have a 99 driving dunk and a 99 contact dunk, should I dunk on everybody? I mean, I have a great dunk rating. I have the contact dunks. I have the Hall of Fame contact finisher. But nobody makes that argument because, nobody makes that fucking argument because it's ignorant. Because we all know, even people like fucking Dominique Wilkins don't posterize every single person that they see. Not even Blake Griffin in his prime does that. But no, everybody complains about that because they just want to shoot the three-pointer. They want to be able to hit three-pointers all the fucking time because here's the hypocrisy that also pisses me off with this. Everybody, these people that have a high three-point rating, and they get a three-point shot hit, then they hit a contested three-point shot. I mean, I have a high three-point rating, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. These same people then get dunked on by me, and then they bitch and complain about slashing. They bitch and complain that slashing's too OP and that it needs to be nerfed. But these are the same people that are taking terrible shots and blaming 2K, 2K's algorithm, for not letting them make them. What type of sense is that? Like, oh god, okay. I don't get this community, bro. I really and truly, I don't get it. I don't understand the hypocrisy. Like, y'all want a game with realism, y'all want a simulation basketball game, but y'all want to make every open shot you take that you ever take. Y'all want a skill gap, but then bitch and complain that you're not being able to hit your three-pointers consistently when you have a high-ass three-point rating with a fucking shot meter on. Y'all want a skill gap, but yet people with fucking 47 three-point rating are complaining that they should be hitting more threes because they know their timing. Like, I'm sorry, but no. None of that should be happening, in my personal opinion. Okay, that one was a bit of a long one, and I'm sorry that this video is up closer to 20 minutes, but I had to get this off my chest, man, because this community genuinely irritates the fuck out of me to the point where I just feel like just putting my head through a fucking window because of how literally ass backwards and hypocritic, there we go, the 2K community is. Now, I don't know when this video is going to be going up. It might go up Sunday, or I might just upload it as soon as I'm finished. I haven't really decided yet, but I feel like I had to get this off my chest because y'all in the community, y'all irritate me with some of your fucking things that you say. Like, and this is why we can't have a good game now. This is why we cannot have a good game anymore, because all the little Jimmies and all the little Timmies and then the Sweaties fucking complain all in unison about the dumbest shit, and then, certain things happen, and then it just ruins the game. Like, Jesus Christ. One more final example. The shooting in 2K20. Now, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about when the game first came out. The shooting in 2K20, when the game first came out, was magnificent. It was utter perfection. You had to be good at timing your shot, otherwise you just were not gonna make him consistently. It was perfect. It was so perfect. Until little Timmy decided to talk about the shooting, and then everything went downhill from there. Like, literally, the game at the 2K20 at the beginning of its life, it was perfect. I'm not going to sit there and say that it was going to be the greatest 2K ever. Obviously not. But it had the potential to be one of the best 2K games on the PS4 console generation or the Xbox One. But because little Timmy wanted to make more full whites, because he is a pure shooter, Ugh, anyways, again, now this video's hit over 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna wrap this up, guys. If you have anything else to rant about with me about this community, don't be afraid to not to leave it in the to not. Don't be afraid to leave it in the comment section below, gentlemen. Yeah. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.